Brahma, Vishnu, Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama devā Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatrā Sthirairangaistuštuvamsastanobhir Vyasema devahitam yadayuhu Swastina indro vrīhiyavau Swastina posha vishwavedaः Swastina starkshyo arishtanemi Swastino brihaspatir dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Oh. So in our last session, we had seen the sixth mantra. Of the first khanda in the second mundaka. Are you hearing me? Is it clear?
Yes, Swamiji, it is very clear.
Because there are some noises outside.
No, we are not hearing those
noises. So in our last session we have seen this. Tasmācca sama yajumshi diksha yajñāscha sarve kratavo dakshināscha samvatsarascha yajamanascha loka Somo yatra pavate yatra suryaha. From that imperishable Brahman, all the Vedas manifested, and all the disciplines, all vows connected with the various tapas or studies and all sacrifices and also Vedic rituals and the offerings to different ritviks and cycles of time. Those who are performing yagas and the world they are getting as a result of their karmas, where sun and moon, Soma and Surya are there. So to such words they are reaching. All these are manifesting from the existence absolute. So this is the idea. So everything in this universe, everything are coming from that existence absolute. And because of that, everything else exists. So that is the idea conveyed here. The same teaching is repeated. Let us see the next mantra. Tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ sādhyā manuṣyāḥ paśavo vayāṃsi prāṇāpānau vrīhiyavau tapaśca śraddha satyaṃ brahmacaryaṃ vidhiśca. tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ sādhyā manuṣyāḥ paśavo vayāṃsi prāṇāpānau vrīhiyavau tapaśca śraddha satyaṃ brahmacaryaṃ vidhiśca. Cha and tasmād, from that devāha, all the devas, saṃprasūtāḥ, are born. So all the devas are born. How? Bahudhā, of various forms or various kinds. Bahudhā. So devas belonging to various categories are born from that existence absolute. Sādhyā, so also sādhyas. Sādhyā is a particular class of devatas. We will explain later. Manuṣyāḥ, all human beings. Paśavo, all beasts or all animals. Vayāṃsi, all birds. All birds. prāṇāpānau, prāṇa and apāna. Prāṇa and apāna. Vrīhiyavau, vrihi and yava. Paddy and yava. Yava is barley. So also there is another grain which is called yava. The English name I do not know. But another grain. Yava. Many acharyas translate as barley. Yava. Then tapaśca and tapas. Śraddha. Śraddha. We can first translate as faith. But śraddha is something more than faith. That we will discuss later. The verbal meaning is faith or belief. Satyaṃ, truth or reality. Then brahmacaryaṃ. We have to explain what is brahmacharya. We cannot translate the term brahmacharya in any other language. We can explain, but there is no translation. Many may translate as the practice of celibacy or being celibate. No, that is not the whole meaning. So brahmacharya means brahmacharya. Then vidhiśca, the rules or disciplines. So all these are emerging from that imperishable existence absolute. So this is the mantra. So tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ. From that which is referred here again and again. And in the first mantra itself, it is said, Tatha akṣarād vividhā somya bhāvāha prajāyante. From that akshara, all manifestations are happening. All the manifestations in the microcosmic and the macrocosmic level. All manifestations are coming from that existence absolute. So that is the topic here. The same topic is being repeated in all the mantras. So from that, devas of various types are born. Devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ are born. See, when devā or daiva is used in singular, it may mean Ishvara, the highest. But when it is used in plural, the meaning must be devas of different types, not Ishvara, because Ishvara is one without a second. There are no two Ishvaras. Ishvara is one. Not even one without a second. But when coming to devatas, there are many devatas, innumerable devatas. Various forms of manifestations are here. And many phenomena we are seeing, we are experiencing here. Behind all this, there must be some rule, there must be somebody or something which is controlling these manifestations. Without a lawgiver, no rules or no laws will be protected. And when we observe this universe, we can see there is a perfect order which is which is abiding everything, which is holding everything together. And within each and every phenomenon, there will be or there must be some rule, some law, which is controlling that particular phenomenon. There is no doubt in that. So this we are calling by the name devatas. So in that sense, Vayu is a devata, Agni is a devata, and water is a devata. Prithvi, this earth, is a devata. Ether is a devata. So all the manifestations, behind those manifestations, there must be some devatas, the controlling entities. So in that sense, there are innumerable devatas. We cannot count. We cannot count the phenomena in this universe. The universe itself is a phenomenon. So we cannot count. Innumerable are the devatas. But still, Veda terms some devatas are important, like Aditya, Rudra, like that. Ashwini Kumaras, Vasus. These are important categories of devatas. Adityas are 12 in number. Rudras are 11 in number. And Vasus 8. And Ashwini Kumaras 2. So in total 33. In all the yagas, these devatas have some priority for getting oblations. So they are called, these 33 devatas are called Havirbhuk devatas. So they are entitled to have Havis, and they have priority in getting Havis. And therefore they are called Havirbhuk devatas. So by this, never mistake there are only 33 devatas. No, there are crores and crores of devatas. And there are different categories of devatas, like Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Sādhyās, Maruts. So many categories. And these different categories of devatas have different realms. For example, Maruts. Take the case of Marut. Marut devatas are ruling both atmosphere and the immediate region above the atmosphere. So they are ruling that. They have the right there. So all these are some concepts. And take the case of the devata Varuna. Take the case of Varuna. So Varuna do have a controlling power over all oceans, and the fire devata, Agni. Agni have power or control over all the manifestations of Agnis. Different types of Agnis are there. Different types of Agni. So there are different categories of devatas. All these categories of devatas, all types of devatas are manifesting from that existence absolute. That is said here. Tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ. And sādhyā. As we have seen, sādhyā is a particular category of devatas. Sathyas. By this, Upanishad is not saying sadhyas alone. It is just to indicate other types of devatas like vidyadharas, siddhas. So all these devatas. So, tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ sādhyā manuṣyāḥ. Then manuṣyāḥ, human beings, manuṣyāḥ or manavas, human beings. The term is coming from the root manu avabodhane, to know. So those with the ability to know, to discriminate, they are called manuṣyāḥ or manavāḥ. Of course, from that manu, it may be the root of man also. So also woman with a prefix. So all manuṣyas are manifesting from that imperishable Brahman. The question is, am I existing? Yes, I am existing. There is no doubt I am existing. So what is giving that existence? That is the question. I am saying I am existing. So what is that existence? Which is giving you that existence? That is nothing but the existence absolute. That is the idea conveyed here. So whatever be the being, all are existing because of that existence absolute. And some manifestations are enumerated here. It never means those enumerated here alone are existing. No. All the universe, all the phenomena are manifesting from that existence absolute. Some are referred here, that's only. So, sādhyā, manuṣyāḥ, paśavo, all types of animals, all beasts, paśavo. Then vayāṃsi. Vayas is a bird, vayāṃsi birds. Birds. All the birds. And among birds, there is the crow. We use this śraddha, vayas, to refer to crow also. But generally the meaning is bird. So vayāṃsi, birds. All the beasts, all the birds, all human beings, all sathyas, and different types of devas, all these are emerging from that existence absolute. Then prāṇāpānau. prana and apana. That never means prana and apana alone. No, all forms of pranas, all types of pranas, prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana, all this. Basically, there is only one prana. All others are functional differences. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana, all these are functional differences of the same prana. They are differentiated on the basis of function they are doing. So prana is the vital force within us, both inside and outside, in the individual and in the whole universe. But when it is inside the body or limited in this individual body, we will call that prana by the name prana, apana, samana, udana and vyana. But in the universe, we will not call prana like that. It is prana. And according to regions, there are different names like avaha, pravaha, sambhaha, paravaha, parivaha, like that. All these names are coming according to the function they are doing in the atmosphere. How speedily they are flowing, what function they are doing. So those, for example, those pranas which are carrying away clouds, that is in the upper region, not here. So that is the function of parivaha. Parivaha won't come down. In the bottom level, avaha is working. And above avaha, there is pravaha. If pravaha is coming down, we will not live here. We have to leave from this world. Because different speeds, different temperature level, many things are there. So according to that functions, they are divided. So in the individual and in the universe, prana again is divided into many categories. So for us it is easy to assess the types of prana in this body, and so prana and apana are referred here. So that prana which is located above the throat and who is coming in and out through the nostrils, he is prana. And apana is located in the bottom part of our body, both navels and the parts which are downside. And in between samana is there. And vyana is everywhere. But here only apana is referred, prana and apana. So we have to take all other pranas also. So all these pranas. Then vrīhiyavau. Vrihi is paddy and yava barley. It never means paddy and barley alone. No, all the grains, all the food grains, all the food grains. Vrīhiyavau. And then tapaśca and tapas. All the disciplines we are following to purify ourselves. All the disciplines we are going through to have knowledge. To have knowledge. All these are tapas. Or the discipline by which we are controlling our senses and mind. Manuṣyāḥ ca haigagryam paramam tapa. So controlling our own senses and mind and getting them focused, the discipline is tapas. There are different forms of tapas. That is being done by the body, by our words, by the mind. Mainly there are three types of tapas. Shariram, vācikam, manasika. That which is performed with the body, with the mind and with the words, speech. For example, always using the faculty of speech sweetly, without hurting anybody, and speaking truth alone. That is a tapas. Without hurting anybody, that is the main thing. Anudvega karam vakyam. Using our words in a way that will not hurt anybody else. Hurting others' individuality is the biggest crime. So we have to speak sweetly, nicely, without hurting anybody else. That is a tapas. And what we have to speak? What is truth? Never utter untruth. So, anudvega karam vakyam satyaṃ priyahitam chayat. And we have to convey that in a loving way. And studying our shastras repeatedly, that also is a tapas. Sādhyā abhyasana. So all this together makes vācikam tapaha, vāṃmayam tapa. The tapas we are performing with the help of our speech. In the same way with body, with mind, there are different types of tapas. So all this together is referred here tapas. That is, all the disciplines we are following in this life to make ourselves pure. Tapas. So tapaha. Śraddha. Śraddha is faith. Without faith, we cannot live in this world. We have to have faith. Faith that is keeping the society, that is keeping the nation, that is holding the human individual, or it is binding the individual with the society. Faith. If we are losing the faith in the systems, in the social system, no society will survive. If there is no faith in between individuals, everywhere clashes and confusion and chaos will come. So faith is that which is holding everything together. It is the binding factor between in that relation with the Guru and Shishya. It is the binding force between husband and wife. It is the binding force between mother and child. Everything, everywhere. So śraddha, that is most important. When we come to the Vedantic language, in Vedanta, śraddha is that faith, that belief in our Shastras and Guru. What is said by our Guru is true. What is explained in our Shastras must be true. Why? Because all the Shastras are the sayings of Rishis, and they are above all needs and greeds. They are above all limitations. As they are above all wants and needs and greeds, what they are explaining to the world must be true, because they do not have any personal interest, nothing to gain personally. They will not get anything from any higher authorities by converting anybody else. In the case of religions, it is so. When you convert that much people to your religion, you will get this and that. So they are forced to say some lies and do wrongs. They are forced. So they will explain in flowery languages about the heavens and all, which they do not have any knowledge. They have not gone there. They didn't experience that, because they are living in this world. See, you just imagine I am sitting here and explaining to you in flowery languages about heaven. You must close your gadget and get away. Why? Because you must understand I am saying some nonsense. Because I am living in this world. I am in this earth. If I am speaking to you after my death, then it is all right. But then you will not hear me. I am sure. Even though you are loving me now, if I am coming to you after my death and speak, you will run away. That's another thing. That's another thing. So when I am living in this world, I am sitting here and I am explaining about heaven, what a nonsense it is. Abrahamic religions are doing this nonsense. There is no doubt in that. They are speaking about the heaven without seeing that, without knowing that. No, Swami, it is because of śraddha. All right, then it is all right. Because in the books it is explained. And so I have full faith, I have full śraddha in those, and therefore I am speaking about that. Then it is all right. Namaste. But then I am speaking about something which I have not experienced. See? So rishis, they do not have any limitations. They are unlimited beings. And therefore, what they speak unto the world, it must be true. Because they do not have any personal interest. My guru, he do not have any personal interest. This knowledge and the firm adherence coming from this knowledge, that is śraddha. That is śraddha. Shastrasya guruvakyasya satyabuddhyavadharanam. Accepting the words of Shastra and Guru in the right spirit as true is śraddha. So śraddha, then satyam. Satyam. So satyam is not something which is manifesting from something else. But here satyam is said here. So we have to take the meaning in the relative plane, not in the absolute. Because the absolute truth, the reality, it is not something coming from something else. But it is said here, satyam also manifested from that imperishable existence. And therefore, the meaning of satyam is to be taken in the relative sense. The relative truth or the relative reality which we are experiencing in this world. As I am saying, I am here. When I am saying I am here, I am referring to my body, mind, intellect complex, which will die, which must die. But even after knowing that I am saying I am here, so this existence, it is in the relative plane. So what is giving that relative existence? There is no doubt the absolute existence is giving that relative existence. So here, by the term satyam, we have to take it in the relative sense. So, satyam, then brahmacaryaṃ. Brahmacaryaṃ. There are different meanings, entirely different meanings. The highest being in the absolute existence, being in the absolute existence, that is the realization, the knowledge, I am Brahman. I am not this limited body. I am not this limited limbs. I am the existence absolute, knowledge absolute, bliss absolute. So with that knowledge, abiding in that, being that, that is brahmanishtha, that is brahmacaryaṃ. So living in that absolute Brahman, being that, becoming that, living in that, that is brahmacharya in the highest sense. So in the next level we can see, to have that knowledge, to have that experience, we are doing all sadhanas. We are doing shravana, manana, nididhyasa and all. So the disciplines we are following to reach that highest, they are brahmacharya. That lifestyle is brahmacharya. Then coming a little more down, the meaning of Brahma is Veda. So brahmacharya is studying Vedas. Studying Vedas. Come a little more down, then to learn Veda, we have to have the company of a guru. We must approach a guru, live with him. He means he or her, whatever it is. So we have to live with that guru. And we have to follow all the disciplines. It is not at all easy to stay with a guru. Hearing lecture and going away is easy thing. But living with a guru is not easy. So that is a tapas. That is brahmacharya. And to stay with a guru and to learn Veda, we have to observe many disciplines in life. All these disciplines together will constitute brahmacharya, like controlling the mind, controlling the senses, keeping all our sense organs, that is senses of cognition and organs of action, perfectly under our control. That is brahmacharya. Then still more down we come. Controlling the sexual instinct and activities and such organs and the activities of such organs. That is brahmacharya. So these are different meanings of brahmacharya. Abstaining from all types of maithuna. There are different types of maithuna. Looking at the different sex, let it be man or woman, with lust is a maithuna. Hearing about them is a sort of maithuna. And praising the other sex with that lust within. Outwardly we will not show that. We will praise but keeping inside that lust is a maithuna. So different types of maithunas are there. So abstaining from all these maithunas is brahmacharya. And there is brahmacharya which we have to discuss only about males, not about females. That is protecting the virya. Protecting the virya, that is the brahmacharya for males. For females, such brahmacharya is not there. Because that concept is not there for females. So that virya rakshana, protecting the virya, that brahmacharya is only for males. It is not for females. So all these are different types of brahmacharyas. The highest being that being in the highest absolute existence, brahmanishtha, that is the highest form of brahmacharya. So different brahmacharyas are there. And now then brahmacaryam, vidhiśca and vidhi. Vidhis are rules. There are different rules we have to follow, we have to observe in this life. Do's and don'ts. So when we are in the society, we have to observe many do's and don'ts. Many rules are restricted. Without such rules, no society will survive. So the sustenance of the society is on many rules we have to obey. And of course, there are many disciplines connected with the different types of sadhanas. All these comes under the term vidhi. So all these are manifesting from the imperishable Brahman. That is the idea conveyed here. See, tasmācca devā bahudhā saṃprasūtāḥ sādhyā manuṣyāḥ paśavo vayāṃsi prāṇāpānau vrīhiyavau tapaśca śraddha satyaṃ brahmacaryaṃ vidhiśca. So that is the seventh mantra. The eighth we will take in our next sitting. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask. Otherwise, we can stop.
Swamiji, there is a questions from first one from Sri Venudasji. Next is Tamalaji. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Swamiji, would you please explain us how it is related Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira with avasthatrayas, please.
Yeah. You are asking about Dehatraya and Avasthatraya. So first have an idea about these three. That is Dehatraya and the other three Avasthatraya. Deha is the body. Deha is the body. What is the meaning of body? How that term comes, I don't know. If you know, you can please tell me. What is the root? What is the meaning? What is conveyed there? But in Sanskrita we say devā or sharira. Devā or sharira. The meaning of sharira is that which is distracted or destroyed. Shījyate iti sharira. Which will have a natural decay, which will be decayed. That is shariram. Shījyate iti shariram. And there is the other word, devā. From the root dih, it comes. Dihyate. Dih upachaye. That means what is growing. So body, deha means what is growing. Dihyate iti. Dih upachaye. Upachaya means growth. So the meaning of the dhatu dih is to grow. To grow. So that which is growing is deha. So what is growing will have a decay. There is no doubt in that. So the same meaning comes shariram. And some acharyas, for example, Bhagavan Bhashyakara himself, in many places, he says, dahyate iti. Dahyate. That which will burn, which will become ashes, is deha. So there are three dehas, three bodies. One is this sthula, this gross, then the sukshma, the subtle, and the karana, the causa. Gross body is this, what we are seeing, what we are experiencing. It came from the womb of the mother and it grew as an effect of my food and drinks. So this is the gross body. So showing this body, I am saying me. I am a man, I am a woman. I am this, I am that, I am sannyasi. All this. So we are referring to this gross body. Then there is the subtle body. See, we do have many instruments like the five senses of cognition, five organs of action. So, five jnanendriya, five karmendriya, then five pranas, the vital air or vital energy. They are functioning in five ways: prāṇāpānau, samāna, udāna, and vyāna. And there is the mind and intellect. So all these together, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2, the 17, together we are calling by the name Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body. Then there is the causal body. it is not that much easy to speak about that because it is not even subtle. Gross things we can discuss with ease. But discussing subtle things are not that much easier. Then what about causal thing? We can experience, we cannot discuss. But all of us have experienced deep sleep. In the state of deep sleep, what is our experience? There are the waves of bliss, bliss within, bliss of the self, and along with that, there is a sheath of ignorance. That covering, the curtain of ignorance is there. My essential nature, which is bliss, is veiled by that ignorance. That sheath of ignorance is called the causal body. So these are the three bodies. Now take the other threes, that is the avasthatrayam. Avastha is state. State of existence or state of experience. It can be state of existence or it can be state of experience. How many states are there through which we are passing through? See, now we are in the waking state. We are speaking, we are hearing, we are seeing, we are touching, we are smelling. The state in which we are experiencing this through our sense organs is called the waking state. That is the waking state. Somebody is sitting with opened eyes. It never means that he is in the waking state. He may be dreaming. He may be sleeping. So what is waking state is that state in which we are experiencing through our senses of cognition. Seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and all. Yeah. Then, after long works and tiredness, these instruments, that is senses of cognition and organs of action, they are going to have rest. They are withdrawing from their activities. So we are not seeing anymore, we are not hearing anymore. We are not smelling, we are not touching. We are not walking, we are not taking, we are not speaking. But at the same time, our internal organs are working. And they are making a subtle world within. likes and dislikes. The whole universe in the subtle form is made within. And we are experiencing that. So that is the second state, which is called swapna, dream state. So Jagrat, the waking state, swapna, the dream state, and after that, even the internal instruments, that is the mind and intellect, they will also go to rest. Like drowning within. Leaping into the self. Now these instruments, they are sitting with our essential existence without any differentiation. Differentiation means senses of cognition, organs of action, mind, intellect, such differentiations are not there. They are as if one with the essential existence of individual. So that state, it is called sushupti. Sushupti, deep sleep. What is the experience there? The experience of bliss and also that of ignorance. Now we can connect these two. In the Jagrat, that is in the waking state, we are more connected with the gross world and gross bodies. In the dream state, even though we are seeing and experiencing gross things, those experiences are in the subtle plane. And therefore, it is more connected with the subtle body. And in the Sushupti state, we are being in the causal body. Now, all these three states are coming and going, or we are passing through the states. Waking state is not something which will last forever. No, it is coming and going. So also is the case with the dream and deep sleep. They are coming and going. We are experiencing for some time and then it is lost. And therefore it is not our essential nature. We are experiencing and they are the experienced. So catch that experiencer. As we are experiencing, I am experiencing, and they are being experienced. So who is the experiencer? I am. So I am not these three bodies. I am not these three states. Of course, these are states of existence connected with me, but I am not those states of existence. I am above these three. That is why I am passing through. That is why I am experiencing. And who am I? Just think that. Avastatrayatitaha, dehatrayatitaha. That is my real nature. So we are discussing about these bodies and states only to have this realization, this understanding. There is no other use in analyzing these states. So this is the use. For knowing this, we are analyzing these states of existence and states of experience and the connection between the body and these states. Namaste.
Next question is from Kamalaji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
As Swamiji, Sadashiva Samarambham, when we chant, whether there should be Sadashiva Samarambham or together Sadashiva Samarambham.
It's a very good question. See, we are worshipping the Guru Parampara. That is the whole tradition, the lineage of Gurus. And we are invoking their blessings by prostrating them. So, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryandam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Guru Paramparam Vande. Vande. I am prostrating. What? Guru Paramparam, the lineage of Gurus. So Guru Parampara is Parampara, it is feminine gender. It is not masculine. It is feminine. And so to show it is feminine, it is Parampara. Parampara. The Shabda will end with A. That is, to show that it is feminine, we will add a pratyaya tap. We are not going to the Vyakarana class, but that is how it is formed. To para, tap is added and para will be formed. So, parampara, it is feminine. That paramparam, I am prostrating. Guru Paramparam Vande. And what is that parampara? When it began? From whom it began? From Ishvara itself. Saha purveshamapi guruhu. He is the teacher of all. Even ancestors. From time immemorial, he is the Guru. Ishvara is the Guru. So, some may call him Narayana. So, Narayana Samarambha. Narayana Samarambha. Shankaracharya Madhyamam. Asmadacharya Paryandam. Some may chant as Sadashiva Samarambha. Veda says Shivadi Gurubhyo Namah. Shiva is the first Guru. And Shiva is Sadashiva. And by Sadashiva, Dakshinamurti is meant here. Sadashiva. So the Guru Parampara which began with the Sadashiva, that is Sadashiva Samarambham. That is one word. We cannot break that. Sadashiva Samarambham. No. Sadashiva Samarambham. That is one word. And the pratyaya is joined with the shabda Sadashiva Samarambha. That is feminine. When it is masculine, it must be Sadashiva Samarambham. But Parampara is feminine, and therefore we have to take Sadashiva Samarambham. Shankaracharya Madhyamam. In the middle there is Shankaracharya. So that Parampara began with Sadashiva, and in the middle there is Shankaracharya. Those who are not accepting Shankaracharya as a great guru, they may not chant this. They will not chant this. We are not proceeding. They can chant whatever name they want. But they have to accept the parampara. That is the only thing. In the place of Shankaracharya, they can put some other names. But we are taking Shankaracharya as a great teacher, and because of Shankaracharya, even all other darshanas, even those darshanas which are criticizing Shankaracharya, even they survived here because of Shankaracharya. So everybody must respect Shankaracharya. They need not accept the philosophy propagated by Shankaracharya. We are not saying you must accept that philosophy, because there are different darshanas to suit each and every individual. We are respecting Ramanujacharya, we are respecting Madhvacharya, we are respecting Nimbarkacharya, we are respecting Vallabhacharya. Why? Because they taught the world. And in the world, human beings are of different strata, different levels of understanding, different guna structures. So whole differences are there in the world, and the ability to understand, the eligibility to realize, all this differs. And therefore, there must be different levels of teaching. Advaita will not suit everybody. Only one in a tens of lakhs or 100,000s will be able to follow the teachings of Advaita. So what others will do? They must have their own levels. By this I am not saying Advaita is the highest. No. We are respecting all the streams. So Dvaita must be there. Ishvara and Jiva are different. Ishvara is the absolute, and you are in the relative plane. So you must worship Ishvara always and get boons from him, get blessings from him. And with that blessings you will have a inner satisfaction, inner enjoyment. Your mind will become pure, and with that purity you can experience him as the highest Ishvara. Worship him. So that's the best philosophy, Dvaita. Then there is the other. We are parts of Ishvara. So it is a sin to say, I am Ishvara, or Jiva and Ishvara are one. It is a sin to say that. We are always worshippers and Ishvara is worshipped. And from His grace, invoke that grace with it. By doing yajnas, by doing pujas, by chanting His name, by observing vratas, invoke that grace within, and we will be blessed with that. That's a good philosophy. So you want, if, those who can or those who want to accept that, they can follow that. So in the same way, different darshanas are there for the human society, and there must be different darshanas. So we are respecting all acharyas. We are not compelling anybody to chant the Sadashiva, Shankaracharya Madhyama. But you must chant somebody. Because there must be a tradition. There must be a tradition. So Shankaracharya Madhyama, that also is feminine. Madhyama, Shankaracharya Madhyama. That tradition or lineage, in the middle comes Shankaracharya. Asmadacharya Paryandam. Asmadacharya Paryandam, which has come up to my Guru. So next generation when they chant, the person will change. When I chant this within my mind, my Guru will come. Remembrance of that will come. When you chant, the remembrance of your Guru will come. And it will go on and on. The next generation, the person will be different. In the previous generation, the person was different. So we are not putting a full stop to Guru Parampara. This is the last Guru. No, nothing of that sort. When we are putting that full stop, we will also be like Abrahamic religions, the last Guru. There were many sons for the Ishvara, but this is the last son. Or there were many teachers sent by the God, but this is the last teacher, last prophet. Now no more prophet will come. Who told you? So we are not putting a full stop. We can put a comma, again comma, no full stop at all. That is the richness of our culture. That is the greatness of our vision. Our doors are always open. Anybody can come in and be inside. So, Asmadacharya Paryandam, generation after generation, this will chant and the person will change, but idea will remain same. So, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryandam, Vande Guru Parampara. Vande means I am prostrated. Vande, I am prostrated. It is the Uttama Purusha. Guru Parampara, the lineage of Gurus. So, Sadashiva is one word. Never break, Sada Shiva Samarambham, never break. And if you want to break, of course you can break. How? Because according to grammar, there is no mistake at all. Because Sada is an Avyaya. So for Avyaya, we need not add Pratyaya. So Dvidiya Pratyaya, am, we need not add. So if somebody is chanting Sada, Shiva Samarambham, it is not wrong. According to grammar, it is perfectly right. There is nothing wrong. But Sada Shiva is the right word for Dakshinamurti. So let us conclude this with this. We can continue in our next sitting. ഓം ഭദ്രം കർണേഭിഃ ശൃണുയാമ ദേവാഃ ഭദ്രം പശ്യേമാക്ഷഭിര്യജത്രാः സ്ഥിരൈരംഗൈസ്തുഷ്ടവാംസस्तनूभिर्व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।